Hey, what's up, guys? So, we're here today to kind of just discuss and talk about, obviously, one big subject that's about to happen at Nationals this year, and that is some pro status.
Les cartes pro. Tu veux vraiment que je transige?
Ouais.
Yeah.
Ok, c'est pas toi.
OK. Donc, j'accompagne Sam et Max aujourd'hui pour vous parler en français des cartes professionnelles qu'on va remettre au national.
Yeah, so we know that, or I hope you guys do understand that first and foremost, we are brand new. We literally started this corporation in January with zero data, like we had absolutely no idea what we were getting involved with, how many athletes, how many provincial reps were we going to get on board. So we have actually brand new data coming in every week. So making decisions aren't to punish you guys, aren't to put you guys behind. Honestly, everything that we do weekly is just to bring you guys further into our sport and getting you guys as many opportunities as possible.
It's just really important, guys. We're not saying that you guys are not deserving in a pro card. We know 100% sure that you guys should have your pro card. We're just saying that, like, as of right now, we don't have a lot of opportunities as a professional athlete, right? Like, giving you opportunities for your Arnold amateur world strongest man. As soon as you turn a pro with us, you can't compete there anymore. Those are just opportunities that we're willing to give you guys. But as soon as you become a pro, we need to do another circuit. Like, you guys can only compete as a professional amateur now. You can't go back to amateur in your weight class. So that being said, you guys need to either compete with the level up or the level down, but you can't compete in your pro status as an amateur anymore. So that just basically, you'll have less shows, less opportunity for the time being, that we're trying to grow as much as we can for the pro am side as well. But for right now, like, as an amateur, we're giving you the most opportunity we can. We have the 4th federation to give you guys the option at nationals.
Yeah, and we already hosted 2 pro-am shows this year, which unfortunately we didn't see a hell of a lot of amateurs there, and that's another opportunity for you guys to turn professional athletes in Canada or within Strongman Corp, right? So that's why we brought so many great opportunities for you guys at nationals. You guys have Clash, you guys have Arnold's, you guys have OSG, and you guys have Magnus Classic. If there's other big federations out there that we're missing, honestly, there might be 1 or 2, but I can't even think of any. We were trying literally to bring everything to you guys, every opportunity for you guys to become better. Puis tu dire des choses, oui.
Ben, ce qui fait en sorte que si on reste un amateur, ben, on peut aller faire toutes les compétitions que Sam nommait, là, Arnold, OSG, Slash, puis Magnus. Ce qui fait en sorte, comme disait Max, si on est professionnel, ben, on peut pas faire de compétition dans notre weight class. Donc, c'est sûr que ça... Moi, je vais prendre moi comme exemple, là, je peux faire 3 compétitions cette année si je fais des compétitions juste du côté professionnel. Fait que ça limite beaucoup nos options, tandis que c'est juste au Québec, pour vous dire un peu, on a 5 compétitions d'organiser cette année. Puis t'as pas à sortir de ta province. Ouais. Parce que moi, les opportunités pour aller faire de la compétition, c'était Fort McMurray, ici à Thunder Bay aujourd'hui, puis après ça, on va aller en Ontario aussi, mais c'est parfait, là. C'est parfait, c'est juste qu'on a beaucoup moins d'opportunités, fait qu'il faut prendre ça en considération, je pense.
Yeah, I think that's really good, like, you guys need to take in consideration, like, we've had a couple messages where people were talking about having more opportunities and having more opportunities. We are bringing you guys the 4th biggest international shows at our national show. We actually didn't no idea how many shows we were going to actually have running this year, and on average per province we are up to like 3 to 5 shows minimum. Per province minimum. I think that's huge for a first year. That actually scares me so much for next year, because we're going to be rocking with probably close to 8 to 10 shows in each province. That is super, like, that's a lot of shows for you guys, a lot of great contests.
And with that taking over, we can probably switch to a lot more, putting our focus more towards pro-am shows next year for all the professional athletes. With that all being said, we will be giving out pro cards this year, but there's a few things, right? We need to at least have 6 people in a weight class to get your pro card, because like anything less is the podium and another 2 people, right? So it's just, you just want to prove yourself that like you're
The best in the country.
the best in the country, right?
So
So we'll have a pro class, so a pro card for
pro card for the women's for Strongman Corp, which will still be under Strongman Corp Canada.
North American, yeah.
And so it'll be essentially a North American pro card.
So you can compete
It's
in the
going
States
to
and
be
Canada, yeah.
you can compete North America. For the women's, it'll be in the 140 class, in the 180 class, in the opens, and then the
guys.
120, the 160 class in the women's, which are our subclass, will be able to earn a Strongman Corp Canada pro card. So you will be given an opportunity to become, so I guess this year, the first women with the Strongman Corp Canada status in that weight class. With that being said, you don't have to accept it. You can either say, no, I'm going to compete as an amateur again in my weight class. If you do accept that weight class or that pro status, if you want to compete as an amateur the following year, you have to go up or down a weight class. So that is for the women's side. For the men's side, we are going to be handing out North American Pro cards to the 105 kilo and the open class.
And then the open class, the top 3 will be part of the JF circuit for the pro guys in Canada as well.
And then the subclass for us will have a Strongman Corp Canada pro status. So we listened. We met you guys. We've met you guys to where we think is the most appropriate.
So you guys will have the opportunity to keep your pro card,
and
or to stay in the amateur to get more of the opportunities in those weight class as well, right?
yeah. José?
Donc là, si je fais un petit résumé en français, là, les gars heavyweight vont les 3 premiers obtenir leur carte pro et
Pour le circuit AGF, ouais.
pour le circuit AGF. Puis le premier va être pro.
Le top 3 aussi.
Le top 3 aussi va être pro nord-américain Strongman Corp.
Le 105.
Le 105 et moins. Le premier va avoir sa carte pro North America.
Puis le restant, c'est juste Strongman Corp Canada.
C'est ça.
80.
Fait que tout le reste des autres classes, fait que moins de 90 kg, 80 kg, en tout cas, toutes les
80,
autres.
90 puis 120.
Ouais.
Et donc, toutes les autres, vous allez obtenir une carte pro, mais ça sera seulement Strongman Corp Canada. Pour les femmes, heavyweight, puis 180
Et 140.
Et 140.
et 140 vont obtenir leur carte pro nord-américain. Puis les autres femmes, les classes en dessous, vont obtenir leur carte pro, mais juste Strongman Corp Canada.
Oui, c'est ça.
Donc, c'est
C'est ça le minimum.
Ouais, ce que Sam et Max disent, ben, ce que Sam vient de me dire, c'est 6 personnes minimum dans chaque classe pour pouvoir obtenir sa carte pro. Là. Bien entendu, on veut démontrer que c'est la personne la plus forte qui va obtenir vraiment sa carte professionnelle. Puis l'autre chose, c'est comme je restais juste comme compréhensif. C'est la première année, on apprend, tranquillement, on prend vos commentaires, puis on grandit là-dedans. Vous voyez, on a pris aujourd'hui, pris le temps de réfléchir à ça, puis d'amener ça à autre chose. Donc, merci de prendre le temps puis de nous parler gentiment dans vos commentaires.
Oui. So like Jose just mentioned at the end there, it's like thank you so like we will listen to you guys. We are brand new. We had essentially like no data to go off of. We built a team from scratch. We are listening to you guys. We are trying to bring you guys as much opportunities as possible. I'm going to be quite frankly with you guys. We've had some really hurtful messages over the last 24 hours, and I'm going to brush these off because you guys are all worth us fighting for you guys to get better as athletes. We want nothing but our sport to grow in Canada. But again, we're here to listen to you guys. And with that being said, so do you guys want to? So we went over the pro cards. So just a quick couple numbers here for nationals. Top 3 of each weight class will have an official strongman game invitation. Top first place in each weight class that is at the Arnold 2023 will get their invite to the World for the Arnold.
Top two.
Top two of each weight class. Top one of respective weight class for Clash of the Coast will get an invite as well to their shows.
If there's 10 athletes.
If there's 10 athletes.
And then the subclasses, first place for subclasses will also earn their spot to the Arnold Classic in the weight class beneath them.
Yes. And Magnus Classic is our fourth invitation. So first place in the Men's Open will get an invite to Iceland.
Yeah.
Fait que là, faut que je traduise.
Si tu veux, ouais.
OK. Les trois premiers heavyweight, les trois premiers de chaque classe vont obtenir leur OSG. Les deux premiers de chaque classe vont pouvoir aller au Arnold. Le premier de chaque classe.
Les subclasses.
Les Arnold.
Pour les Arnold.
Ouais.
Puis, moi je pensais au
le
Clash. Le premier de chaque classe.
Comme le 80-90 kg, le 105 pour les gars. Et puis le 80 et 90 pour les femmes.
Ils vont pouvoir aller au Clash. Puis Magnus, j'ai pas
le Open Men, première place.
Le premier qui gagne Open Men.
Oui. Parfait. Do you want to go over a couple questions or?
Yeah, I'll call you back.
Is there questions on the live feed?
Non, on me feed now.
Si quelqu'un a une question, vous pouvez nous l'envoyer.
Ouais. Okay.
No, but is there a question on a live feed
or what? Okay, so here's one question that we got. Is there any way that we can get OSG Arnold invites for the athletes that got screwed over in 2021 Nats? So just to go through and repeat ourselves again, we're a brand new federation. We had nothing to do with what was going on in Strongman in the country within the last couple of years. We apologize for that. If you guys are able to reach out to them and try to get a hold of them, try to see what's up, but unfortunately our hands are tied here. We've done our best to move forward with the sport, and what we have is what we have this year. I'm sorry about that.
Donc, ce qu'il faut comprendre, c'est qu'on est une nouvelle fédération. Fait que tout ce qui s'est passé avant, malheureusement, on n'a pas de pouvoir là-dessus. Fait que pour les invitations, par exemple, des années antérieures, on sait que la COVID a fait en sorte que plusieurs n'ont pas pu aller à certaines compétitions, mais malheureusement, on ne peut pas prendre pour acquis que c'était des invitations qui étaient là. Mais comme Sam dit, si vous voulez demander aux fédérations, vous pouvez toujours. Là, nous, on n'a juste pas de pouvoir là-dessus.
Ouais, perfect. There have been numerous rumors of no more women pro cards because have too many pro women in Canada, and yet have some of them have not been active since 2018-2019. How is this fair to the up-and-coming female competitors?
Well, basically, we just talk about that subject, right? We're just starting fresh. Whatever happened in the past is in the past, guys. We've just hosted 2 pro women's shows, which was all of our pro shows will be pro-am from now on. Yeah. So like all the amateurs that are out there saying that like there's no shows to get pro cards or opportunities like that, those were all shows that like, there's going to be across the country for this year and more next year as well, because we're just growing. But yeah, everyone's invited.
Yeah, and like to talk about our roster, like since we were really brand new, it was either we would start with 0 pro girls, or kind of we just went and like we didn't know where to draw the line, so we just brought it right at the beginning. We literally invited every woman that's ever been a professional woman in Canada in our sport. We took them all in. And then we're gonna go through next, like whoever competed this year, whoever's competing in the next couple of years. Obviously, there's gonna be some guidelines with injuries and whatnot, and we know life happens. But we still want our women to be active in the sport to represent Strongman Corp Canada. But we haven't been able to kind of, I would say, take people off the roster yet because we are really brand new. We started about 6 months ago. So we went, grabbed all the women's that we could. I think that brought us to a roster close to 15 women's, and we've done 2 shows so far where it was a pro-am, so we gave the opportunity to every pro and amateur women's out there already.
So, en disant aussi qu'on se réfère à ce qu'on a dit tantôt, il va y avoir des pro cartes données au national, Mais l'autre chose, c'est si vous voulez faire des shows pro-am, ben vous êtes invités. Toutes les filles sont invitées, c'est des pro-am. Puis il y a à ces places-là une opportunité pour devenir professionnel. Donc, c'est pas vrai qu'il y aura pas d'autres femmes pro au Canada.
Do Americans and Canadians fight for the same pro cards, or is there separate seats for both Canada and US? So, like we just mentioned, our pro cards this year for nationals, the ones that do get Strongman Corp North American or international status will be able to compete at pro shows in the States or in Canada. What is the current path for becoming someone a pro in Canada, nationals, or Arnold's? As an amateur, am I allowed to host high-level pro 105 comps to give the 105s in Canada something to do? Absolutely. We let everyone run a show. All we do ask is that you reach out to us so we can put you up with the provincial seating or whoever's assigned to your province so they can attend, make sure that it's Strongman Corp ran. We like to run our comps quite smooth and quite efficient, so we want to make sure that we have an extra set of eyes there. But and we also have like implement weights or event weights that we like to stay within the standards for the level of your show. But if you want to host a 105 kilo show for the men in Canada, absolutely, I would like to see that. That's why now it's going to be quite awesome that we're giving away pro cards in weight class. Let's grow these weight class and let's put on weight class shows. C'est correct. C'est correct. Si vous voulez vous abonner puis faire une compé pour vos friends de 105 kilos, venez nous parler. On a des reps dans chaque province, puis on vous settera un show pour les gars du middleweight. Juste un 105 kilos. 105 kilos, oui. Ça peut associer comme un pro-am, puis juste pour les 105 kilos.
Ben oui, pourquoi pas.
Pourquoi pas, ouais.
Juste parler avec les représentants de vos provinces.
C'est ça, oui. Was there any other questions there?
Any update on Record Breakers official release? Or did I miss the
Oh
post?
yeah, Record Breakers.
Them to Monday.
We want to release the events on Monday officially, but we can tell you guys right now that it'll be an online qualification. So it's going to be really like the Rogue Record Breakers, where let's say example lifting a tree is the event. We will take the top 3 to 4 athletes that we think could potentially lift it. We'll invite you guys to do the Record Breakers on Sunday, but it's all going to be through an online competition, and we'll take a few athletes of each weight class, each event.
We're just doing that way too as well, guys, to take less people but as strong as people, so like we can break those records and we can have more than just one record that day.
We want to have a lot of records.
It's not because like we want to run a show. We want to have a lot more events than just one, because if it's just Max Stone and there's 20 people going for that Max Stone record, we're going to be stuck all day, so we'll just be one event instead of like we're trying to bring 6 max events, so it should be interesting and really fun. So you guys will have the opportunity to qualify for all of those or whichever one you think you can break.
Mm-hmm.
So, les qualifications vont se faire en ligne. Il y aura à peu près 4-5 personnes dans chaque classe
Pour gagner le record.
Pour gagner le record. On veut pas trop de personnes parce qu'on veut pas que ça prenne trop de temps dans la journée non plus. Puis on a envie de faire un bon show. Puis surtout, il parle de 6 records. Donc c'est sûr que ça va demander beaucoup de temps. Fait que c'est pour ça. Mais vous allez pouvoir vous classer, mais en ligne.
Ouais.
Puis le choix va revenir.
Ouais, pour les tops.
Because U73 is a subclass of U82, would the weights at nationals be the same for the two? Then there would be 10 plus athletes, and the top athlete from those 2 categories would get the clash invite?
No, just one.
Just one.
Yeah. Because it's U80 and it's 64. And,
Yeah.
and then it just came out with a 90 for this
But we
year.
don't have a 90 class.
We don't have a 90 class.
We're going to keep it at, for the clash invite, it's going to be U64 and U82. Yeah.
And for those that are just joining, we will be posting this entire chat on YouTube tomorrow. By the way, there's nothing else, no other questions other than someone that sent, please send the pro card in the mail.
for sure.
And I can
Okay.
I can guarantee. No, never mind.
Yeah, we'll print you a certificate.
Pro
Yeah.
status. It's not pro card.
And then you get to put pro in your little Instagram bio. Yeah, no, that's it for the
Anything
questions.
else? No. Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Well, thanks, guys. Hopefully that we are trying our best, guys. I hope really, truly that you guys can understand that we're putting so much effort of making your sport grow here in Canada. We have a hell of a team that works every day to assure that our sport's growing. All we ask in return is that you guys sign up, you guys participate, you guys honestly, hopefully can appreciate that there's a lot of things coming your way, and I hope you guys can enjoy this crazy ride that we're all on.
Bon, merci à vous autres, merci à tout le monde. Restez juste compréhensifs, on commence à la première année, faut prendre le temps de construire ça tranquillement, mais déjà Max et Sam nous ont emmené tellement de belles choses que je pense qu'on peut juste être compréhensif. Puis s'il vous plaît, si vous avez quoi que ce soit à nous dire, écrivez-nous gentiment, puis on va vous répondre.